Hello and welcome to News Centre. I'm Parikshit Luthra. The government has drawn up a list of lawmakers across party lines as it gears up for a strong global diplomatic campaign to project India's national consensus and resolute approach to combating terror in all forms and manifestations. 7 all-party delegations are set to visit over 30 nations to rally support for India in its fight against Pakistan-sponsored terror. 3 of these 7 delegations will be led by MPs belonging to opposition parties. However, the list has not been without its share of controversies. Congress MP, former Minister of State for External Affairs and former diplomat Shashi Tharoor is leading one of the delegations. The Congress has said that his name was not nominated by the party. The Trinamool Congress, meanwhile, withdrew the name of Yusuf Pathan. Party Supremo Mamata Banerjee said the centre cannot decide the name on their own. Minor issues aside, there has been a broad consensus along party lines on the need to put forth India's views on the world stage. Joining us right now is Lieutenant General Sanjay Kulkarni, defence analyst, and also senior journalist Sanjeev Srivastava, also with us on the programme. Let me go across to General Kulkarni at this stage. General Kulkarni, do you think sending politicians across the party lines to different foreign capitals does serve India's purpose of winning the propaganda war? Pakistan has been indulging in a propaganda war against India for many, many months now. Do you feel it's very important for India to tell its side of the story and what the objectives of Operation Sindoor were? And also the fact that because of Pahalgam, it was Pakistan which is the original aggressor.
Parikshit, thank you very much. I think, yes, definitely there's a need because Pakistan has an excellent PR work. They are excellent in hospitality. They're excellent in gifting. They're excellent in lying. All of it, Pakistan masters it. And Pakistan has all the people at the right places trying to convey what Pakistan is not the perpetrator, but is a victim of terror. On the contrary, India has always been a rather, I would say, very straightforward, just doing their work and wanting to prove that, yes, the work alone shows everything. At this point of time, when we have zero tolerance for terror, it is very important because when these delegations go to various capitals, and each one of them is standing and telling them as to what it is all about, and they have queries, they have questions to ask, they ask questions on IWT, they ask questions on so many issues, why can't it be settled? And when they really get to know, because it is said, a picture is worth 10,000 words. You've been reading about it, you've been listening about it, but here you have a delegation in front of you trying to answer all your questions, and they can't be better because they're diplomats also, and there's a Muslim representative also. So it's a fantastic composition which has all diplomats, ministers, you have Muslim leaders, all of them. So it also portrays and shows India in an excellent scene that yes, this is a democracy, a vibrant democracy where all of these people from all communities, religion, everybody are being represented, and therefore should that be rather than having a state like Pakistan, which is supposedly a democracy, but doesn't work like a democracy, is absolutely autocratic, has been for the last ever since independence, either under the military or remotely controlled by the military. So there's a lot that can be conveyed, and we have excellent people representing. I think a very nice thing, 59 leaders, 32 countries going all over, telling them, I think a zero tolerance for terror couldn't be better.
Okay, let me get in senior journalist Sanjeev Srivastava at this point. Mr. Srivastava, what do you think is the significance of this move? Will this help in creating awareness about India's campaign, also Pakistan-sponsored terror, and how India has been a victim of this, not just in Pahalgam, but many more years before that as well?
Yeah, I think, Parikshit, first of all, very good evening to you and the viewers, and of course my fellow panelists, Lieutenant General sir. I agree with most of the things Lieutenant General Kulkarni said, that, see, Pakistan is very good at this PR game, and they have always managed to win friends and punch much above their weight as far as these PR exercises are concerned, and India has been kind of staid and laid back. But on important occasions, like there have been an instance when Mrs. Gandhi did request Atal Bihari Vajpayee, and there have been other examples also when there have been all-party delegations and senior leaders from the opposition going to present a case. So it helps project a united face of a country, that it is across political spectrum, everybody is talking the same voice, and that we are a thriving democracy. And at the same time, because one thing we have to realize that somewhere during the 5-day Operation Sindoor, Pakistan did succeed in taking the focus away from the terror attack and bringing the focus to somewhere on Kashmir and the India-Pakistan issue and long-standing rivals and nuclear powers in South Asia. So the terror issue somewhere, very wrongly and unfortunately for us, did get into the background. Also, another thing which we have to remember is that whether they can be counted on their fingertips, but there were countries which openly came out in support of Pakistan. Whereas while we may claim that we had a support of a number of countries, but nobody was as vocal, say, as a Turkey or as even a Bangladesh or China for that matter. So India needs to conduct a more vibrant, more proactive diplomacy to present its case. And what better than sending an all-party delegation, which gives the right face of unity in diversity and the rich traditions, democratic traditions, which India represents. I think it's a fairly justified move, and it's definitely worth a try. We can never be sure about the outcome, but definitely one needs to keep trying.
Right. That's an important point. Let me go back to General Kulkarni at this point. General Kulkarni, if we want to have an effective campaign, it cannot stop here. How do you think we need to have a more sustained campaign in the months to come? And if we have to win this continuous war, we are at a continuous war with Pakistan when it comes to terrorism. We will not be fighting all the time, but that war is always on in some form or the other. So if you want to win it, how do you make sure that your campaign is effective and more long-term?
Parikshit, just as an example, I didn't hear Sanjeev what he said, but you were hearing both of us. So it's like that. You know, when they have delegations go there, you'll have delegations coming even from Pakistan over there. You'll have delegations going from India also over there. But almost the same countries are going to be listening to both sides. It's very effective because after all said and done, there are lots of fog. You know, not many people really know what is really on ground, what's happening. There are questions. There are certain people who will be more inclined, and the West per se is actually more inclined towards Pakistan for whatever the reasons it may be over the years. Geopolitical interests of America over the years, interests of China, interests of so many countries over there. What Pakistan has been doing. Can you imagine a country which is being bailed out for the 24th or the 25th time from IMF? Who's controlling IMF? So there's so many things how Pakistan puts across its case, how we are putting across our case. So people over there are very wise. Sooner or later they come to know, yes, it's Pakistan, which is the not victim but perpetrator. Pakistan is using terrorism as an instrument of state policy. They also now need to take care that most of the terrorist activities happening all over the world, they have a lead which goes down to Pakistan. So there's so much that is being said. And in the world today, information and keeping people informed, though of course there's so much of media, so much of social, but nothing like people coming there and putting across their case that this is what it is, this is what has happened in Pahalgam. Why is Pakistan insisting on having an international delegation coming to see what it is? Why we are saying that this is what it is? How Pakistan is involved? How neat work it does? These are the leaders. These are the people who are protecting Masood Azhar's family being wiped out. They give a state funeral. Look at all this, what is happening. So there's so much ISI is giving out its own report. So many things are happening at the same time. And most of these people abroad probably are not aware what Pakistan does, what is the modus operandi. And let me tell you, Pakistan is controlled by their military. And the military is professional. They know all the presentations. They know how to go about it. They are tech savvy. They know exactly what it is. So it's all Pakistan is masterminded. Information campaign is totally controlled, and they know what is to be done. It's very important for this Indian delegation, and I think it's an excellent move. It should be done very often, sustainable, so that at all times, even our diplomatic staff must increase in number. The people around the world must be told in no uncertain terms that, look, Pakistan is not a normal state. It is a rogue state which has a nuisance value, and you better be careful. That is why all these things are being done. They will have difficult questions. I'm sure the delegation answers all of it. The delegation is briefed, and within this, all party delegations, within India also, unanimous views, unanimous viewpoints coming up. Muslim leaders are part of each of these delegations. I think it's excellent, and it should. You're right, absolutely. But it should be continuous, not just in knee-jerk reactions If Pahalgam happens, we send one, and after that we lie the wood. No, it should be a continuous thing to isolate and expose Pakistan. Yeah.
Okay, Mr. Srivastava, now coming to you, we have been saying, and the government maintains this. If you ask anyone in the government, even today, they'll say, yes, Operation Sindoor is not over. We do not accept the term ceasefire. For this, it's only a pause or a stop to military action and firing between India and Pakistan at the border. What does this message really send out to Pakistan and the world? Because wherever we'll be going, our delegations, a mix of diplomats and MPs across party lines, will be saying that Operation Sindoor is not over. What does this actually convey to foreign nations?
It actually conveys, Parikshit, India's firm resolve on this issue now. So every time a terror attack will happen, India will pay back in the same language as it was deployed in Operation Sindoor. So it is on hold, it is deferred, it is suspended, whatever the term maybe we want to use. But it's not over. So, and while that is very gratifying as a country, and India does need to show a firm resolve, but at the same time, it does put us into a delicate situation. Because like Lieutenant General was just saying, that it is the Pakistani army which controls Pakistan. Like they keep on saying the other countries have an army, and in Pakistan, the army has a country. So all it needs to really upset the apple cart or to trigger off another row of exchanges is another terror attack. And it is impossible to stop it. Let us face it. You terrorists have to succeed only once, whereas the security agencies have to succeed every day. They have to foil every attempt. And the day the terrorists are successful, we are back to the same situation as we witnessed during Operation Sindoor. And the tragedy is that we also don't have any other option. We cannot do anything else. So it has to be a sustained campaign. And the only one thing which I would like to add is, yes, it's a question of awareness. Yes, it's showing India's resolve. Yes, it is taking the message across. Yes, it is telling the world we are the victim. But then there are cases where people already know it. But because of their own self-interest, their geopolitical interests, their locational, their geography, their interests where they lie, you cannot make a person who is already awake open his eyes, because their eyes are already open and they still choose to look the other way and kind of hyphenate India, Pakistan and equate the two, which is the bigger battle which India needs to continue to fight, and this is the way forward.
Okay. All right. We've run out of time, sir.
No gainsaying the fact that it should be done. Yes.
Yes, it has to be done, but it has to be done effectively in a more sustained manner, and there has to be a multi-pronged approach as well. Lieutenant General Kulkarni, Sanjeev Srivastava, thank you very much for joining us on the program. Now, we have seen